everyone, and welcome to the Awaken Together podcast. I'm Jenn, and today our special guest is named Rachel. We are going to delve into astrology and just give all of our weird insights and takes on all of the signs and just kind of see where we go. Rachel is a TikTok content creator who does this incredible astrology comedy and is also a comedian. So we're going to get some good laughs out of today's episode, I'm sure. And without further ado, Rachel,
Yay.
hello.
Hi, what's up? That was so great, by the way. That was such a good introduction.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Thank
excited.
you for being here. We're
Always.
recording this in Denver out of my car. Really
Yeah.
nomadically living the life.
Yeah, a little scared of her park, but I'm not scared. I'm scared. She's not scared is what I should have said.
Yep. Well, here we are. And I would love to start with you sharing what your big three is in astrology.
Absolutely. Well, I'm charming, so I'm a Libra, obvious. Gemini rising, obvious. I can't shut up, and I can absolutely talk to anybody. And I'm a Taurus moon. I love food, and I love, staying in my bed all day. So
And being comfortable and not parked in random parking lots.
Yeah, and I'm not comfortable, but we're okay. We're moving on from that. So
And reminders, we haven't talked about astrology on the podcast in a little bit. I am a Gemini sun, Virgo rising, Leo moon. And if you don't know what your big three is, what we're talking is what your sun sign is, your moon sign is, and then your rising sign, which is really based on what time you were born, which is a whole thing. And I just gave Rachel a full chart reading, just going real nerdy. And it's great to have the language of astrology as a commonality.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that, by the way. You scared me a little bit, but made me happy at the same time.
Well, any takeaways that post-processing?
I need to... I self-isolate a lot, which was a read for Phil. Thank you. And now I've been doing, after your reading, I was kind of hanging out by myself, and I started to... what's the word that you say that I do a lot? I'm delusional. What's the thinking one?
Dissociate?
I dissociate, and I start imagining scenarios with certain people and whatnot.
Fantasy world.
Yeah, so I started doing that, and then I went, wait, that's not good. So then I started to think about, I started journaling a little bit.
Oh, great.
Because I was like, you gotta not do that anymore, because that gets you in trouble.
Right.
So we're feeling better, but a little bit more aware.
That's literally the goal. Your birth chart is definitely kind of can be a little punch to the gut, but it's also validating because you're probably already doing what your chart says, but then to have it said to you, my first chart reading was real, and I was like, okay, well, it's wild, firstly, that someone can look at this weird little circle with all these lines going through it and be able to tell me so much. And then just it's all there. Your life story is kind of blended in. It's super wild. But what I'll say about Rachel is you are definitely so intuitive about the sign's energy, which is so fun because a lot of the content you put out is so based on just the actual energetic blueprint of the sign, and you do so good just really embodying all of the elements that come with the sign, from pattern recognizing, friends and family mainly.
Oh my God, I'm a people watcher, so
I love that.
Yeah, no, I just watch people. After you learn their big three and you observe them, you're like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and what we were talking about too, your childhood friendships and stuff, once you learn astrology and you go through and look at the pattern of who you've dated and who your closest friends are, you can see so many patterns, and I think that helps you learn astrology in the realest way versus having to necessarily buy all the books. You can take so much away from that.
And I bought the books, but I'm not a reader. So
you get bored. Gemini. The Gemini.
The Gemini rising. So I now just watch people, which could maybe sound creepy, but it's not. You know? So
I'm a pattern recognizer too. We're both mercurial, Gemini rising and Virgo rising, ruled by the same planet, and we get a little nerdy with our minds.
That's why we're talking in a parking lot. So
right.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through kind of each sign and kind of talk like strengths, shadows, maybe even personal experiences, and anything we want to share. So starting off with Aries, let's. I have an Aries problem. I tracked a lot of Aries energy because the impulsivity is alluring and I'm endlessly curious. And then my Virgo side gets so scared over time of how far the Aries will take it. Because if you keep going, they'll keep going. And then I have to be the brake. I'm like, okay, but I could do like 3 hits of the impulsive, but then when it just keeps being topped, it can go to chaos. That's my take.
Absolutely. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Okay. I absolutely fucking love Aries. I'm a Libra, obvious. Sorry for my Gen Z language. I'm millennial. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. But I love them. I've been friends with them my entire life. I always say this. This is one thing I say about Aries. If you did something at 3 a.m. that's awful, you can call an Aries at like 3 a.m. They will ask no questions. They will help you with whatever. Never tell anyone. They're like just
there's
so
no judgment.
loyal.
It's so fast. Yeah.
I'm obsessed. And they also just are so, every Aries I know is just so honest. They come in the room like, yo, I just absolutely took the biggest shit ever. And you're like, hi, good to see you. I love them. I mean, dating an Aries Venus is a little tough because they will love bomb you, tell you everything in the world they love about you. And then one day they're just like, you know what? Not feeling it anymore. So that's scary.
Yeah, right.
But I love them. Love you guys. If you're an Aries, give yourself a pat in the back.
Yeah, I think the chaos and the forward momentum with them is, so noted. I think the shadow side of Aries is, the passion fizzles out and you have to keep restilling it. But Aries doesn't think about what they have already done. Like, they only move forward, so there's no reflection back. And I have to say, as someone who, like, can't fully release and let go of stuff, I also, like, can't help but keep a little bit of a list of some of the stuff Aries has said that sometimes is just a little, like, I'm like, I know, but, like, you have said this, and I don't mean to bring it back, but, you know, it's
they're so unhinged.
Unhinged.
Unbelievable. Yeah, but they do forget. I'm like, you don't remember, you absolutely...
our mercurial side's like, but, I mean, I don't know. I do see a bit of a pattern, but if you don't want to, like, talk about any of this, okay, we'll just move on.
Absolutely. But I've literally had an Aries friend at a club. Some guy made a remark to me and almost like anytime, like, she's like, that's my best friend. She like took
They'll
charge.
Fight a bit.
They will. They will. They are so loyal. God bless them.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, love them.
Moving on to my other soft spot, Taurus energy. You get to speak on it first because you have it in your big 3.
I got a Taurus moon.
So sweet.
I love Tauruses. Taurus sun specifically. That's my favorite sun sign. I've only dated Tauruses. I think Taurus and Cancer are they're the nurturing ones, but Taurus is more of the dom top nurturing. Which I like more. I just like that they're stubborn. I like that they never apologize. They like work around it. It's not like, oh, I'm so sorry for doing that. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was so young. I didn't understand. It's like, no, you just say sorry, and they can't do it. But they're great with cooking. They love plants, and they're always so pretty. Just they're beautiful.
You know what they say? Like, Taurus and Scorpio are crossed from each other on the wheel, and everyone says, like, Scorpio has all the sex appeal and sex stereotype. Like, Taurus got the sex appeal too. I mean, it's there. Like, Taurus are vibey. It's just in such a, it's in a, like, more romanticized all the experience ways. My biggest first strengths of Taurus is, like, the calm aura that comes with it is so grounding and so nice. Like, it radiates. Like, you know you're safe. And even if you're unhinged, they don't necessarily match, but you're safe. Like, there's not going to be, they're going to meet you where you're at, which is really sweet. And they care about your basic needs being met in a beautiful way, which is, like, great security. Shadow side of Taurus is, the stubbornness is
insane.
Next level. For sure. And, like, I think Taurus romanticize pain a little bit. It's kind of like, it gives me like leaning out the window, smoking a cigarette, just like, like living in the deepest of pain when there's like a very clear answer right there, but it's everything is drawn out. So like sadness needs to be felt for a long time. Like your anger needs to be felt for a long time. And it seems sometimes slightly chaotic in how long the emotion has to be felt. To me, as a fast processor.
Yeah, my Taurus moon ain't so. Yeah, no. Yeah,
get in the feels a little bit and stay in it.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you're not gonna budge him out of it. Like you're not gonna budge it out.
Let me self-isolate for about 4 days,
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I also notice a lot of Tauruses that I've met always can sing really well.
Oh, fascinating.
Absolutely.
Venus rules, maybe that little beauty side. Yeah. Artsy vibe.
Artsy. They love holding hands, which is like my favorite thing on the planet.
Oh, cute.
I feel like I keep just like praising all these signs. These two are two really great signs.
Yeah, we started off strong. And you better give Gemini a good round.
I know, oh my god, I love a Gemini. But Taurus, I think the one thing is like when I'm arguing with a Taurus, they always storm off. They don't finish.
They don't want to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I kind of laugh, which I feel bad, but it's just like, oh my gosh, like, can you like, I know you're right. You're always right. But like, let's just talk about it. You know? So yeah.
And then they want to stay in that pain for a little longer than but it's fine. It's good.
Absolutely.
All right, my people. Woo! Hello, Gemini represent. I have lots of Gemini in my chart. Can give a lot of Gemini feedback. We get probably most bashed on social media for being like flaky, unloyal, just I don't know. There's a lot of mean stereotype against Gemini, I feel like. And I think that those that don't get it just have not, like, it's sad you don't get it because it's beautiful and deeper than it seems.
Absolutely.
Like, for sure. There's so much, like, what some people will just, throw behind them. Gemini is going to keep thinking about it. Like, it's just nice that you're being thought of so much more than you realize. Gemini might forget to tell you how much effort they've put into everything, but the effort is really there. It's not so flaky. It's just you are always processing and you're like becoming like 20 different people a day. So it's a little hard to like know how to advertise that to people. Do you feel this?
Oh my God. I'm a Gemini defender. One of my favorite signs. I think a lot of people are like, they're two-faced. No, they're adaptable.
Thank you.
I think, I'm a Gemini rising. I think a Gemini can talk to literally like Shaquille O'Neal and give like, and be so liked, and then talk to your grandma and give the same energy. Like they
and a tree.
And a tree. Anything. I think I've never met a Gemini who's just not like easy to talk to, and they just, again, they're active listeners. I think they ask a lot of questions. They're just fun and they're so funny, and I've never met a Gemini, mainly Venuses, who aren't obsessed with. They love their friends. They have a lot of friends.
The social circle and Gemini is real.
Yeah. And I respect it. They're funny as heck, and I think they're super smart too. So huge fan.
Thank you.
Forever and ever. Yeah.
Taking the praise.
Yeah. I mean, they are a little scary romantically. I'll just say that.
So I'm a Gemini Venus and polyamorous, as it's been said. Like, we can't stay in one place for too long. When you have a lot of Gemini, that boredom, restlessness can get a little unhinged. I think healthy outlet is just to keep learning new things. Bad outlet is to keep running away to the next thing, and you can channel that, I think, with more hobby dynamic. I feel like that helps.
As a Scorpio Venus, a Gemini Venus is a little scary for me because I need intense romance. I need passion 24/7, and they kind of they love a friendship with a partner. I don't get a lot. I dated Gemini Venus. I didn't get like intensity, passion. I was just like, hey, can I just get some words of affirmation once in a while with like, hey, I miss you. But they're like, I do miss you. I don't say it. And I'm like, okay. Well,
it's sad how many things are being thought in the head that then need to actually come into reality. That's been my deepest Gemini lesson for those Geminis out there, is like actually making sure I'm saying some of my thought process, because it's crazy how quick I can do something without... Like, I need to fill people in on what's happening in my head a little more. So, communication skills, definitely not just for, like, fun and adaptability, but for, like, helping your people out and stating emotional needs.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah. But honestly, one of the most fun signs, if that's my takeaway. So.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
On to Cancer. Do you want to start the Cancer journey?
So, all these signs we've heard, I've really liked. This one, I'm sorry, guys, not a huge fan. I'm a Cancer Mars. I think that's one of the worst placements in astrology history, and you know that.
Yeah, it's
not
tough.
great. Yeah, I love. I cry a lot out of anger during sex. I need emotions. But yeah, no, Cancer Sun, I'm sorry, is at number 12 for me for astrology.
I'm really sorry. I'm going to add to agreeing with that.
Yeah.
So this is
Really?
kind of a Cancer hate. Sorry,
shoot.
loves.
You need to leave a warning at the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
I don't like the manipulation. My mom was a Cancer, and it was
My
always
mom's
like...
a Cancer moon. We have mommy issues.
Oh, we do.
Okay. Yeah.
We do. It was just always like... you like your dad more than me, and it's like, oh my god, like, you know, there's that victim mentality, nurturing, sure, you know, but I can't do it. I roll my eyes. I'm so sorry, Cancers. Cancer risings are great. I have so many Cancer rising friends. Cancer moons, fantastic. Cancer Suns, I don't know what you guys are doing. Sorry, you can go.
I'm not.
I'm gonna get blocked.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
So I think to the Cancers, the sensitivity is so beautiful when you actually let it out. It's the fake defenses for me when you guys look so close. It's like so close but so
close.
far, and like it makes me want to just like hit you a little bit, like a little just like a little nudge, like just please, like it feels like a barrier's there that like you're not fooling anyone, and I don't know why we have to keep acting like you're not sensitive, because what is the manipulation side is coming because they don't want to be pinned as what they are, and you might just need to own that a little bit. And then we can all just live in harmony. And I think Cancer just defends itself, which I'm sure this cold, hard world is tough for the Cancer. And so my mom is a Cancer moon, and I feel like, I really appreciate, one of the biggest things I value about Cancer is that they are very attached to like the family unit and will make family stuff happen. So they will hold that kind of traditional like glue together in some ways, which is sweet. And I need that like level and like... Yeah, I think that part is nice, but my mom also would just be like, but we're family. But I'm like, but there's also patterns that need to be addressed. Like, it can't just be that. And but it was always so sensitively tied with the memories that we experienced. And I like the memory bank of a Cancer. You guys actually know what you said. We can give that compared to Aries as a compliment. You hold the memory of it beautifully, which is nice.
Yes. Cancers do remember a lot of everything.
Yeah, which is sweet. At least we're not dealing with a completely fake analysis of what happened, but you guys also just need to face that in on yourself. And I feel like that would be better for everybody.
And last thing, stop commenting on my videos saying, oh, you're probably going to make Cancers cry. I've never done that, so thank you so much.
Side note.
Side note, sorry.
To Rachel's followers.
Yeah, thank you so much. If you're listening, sorry, I had to say that. But you guys are kind of okay sometimes.
Okay, beautiful. Hugs to you all. We know you need them, but don't want to say it. Leo mode. I'll start ourselves on Leo with my Leo moon, which is unfortunately in my birth chart very complicated and not the shining star it wants to be all the time. Well, it doesn't feel that way. So, to preface, the dramatic side attention-seeking label is not off, but I want to explain what it feels like.
It's not off.
So what it feels like is I want everyone to really understand my emotion. It's so heartfelt that like I can't experience it by myself. So I'm putting all that on to be like, if I'm sad, everyone needs to feel sad, because I also just want to be understood and I want you to get the heart behind it. So it's not me like being like, I'm sad, everyone look at me. It's like, please feel this feeling with me because I don't want to feel it by myself. And it's just overwhelming. And we're like ruled by the sun, so I feel like it's just big energy.
Yeah.
And it's fire. And it's just hard to contain. So I feel like we do have a praise kink.
Oh, yeah.
We love to be charmed. If you put us in the spotlight, it's kind of cute. We can't help it. Yeah. But I would say that it never feels like I'm wanting all the attention. It feels so much more that, like, I just want to be, like, deeply understood in the intensity of what I'm experiencing with that fire. That's my Leo take.
Damn, that was good. Leo, this is honest. Before I got into astrology, Leo was actually my least favorite sign. It's because I think I didn't understand Leos. I did see the attention seeking. I saw this, like, more of a selfish energy. But once I learned a little bit more about Leo, they're actually, like, really good, like, hype people.
Oh, yeah.
If they like you, and they will, like, they will praise you.
They will promote everything you're doing.
They will promote. They'll go to anything you want them to. Leo Venus, I think, is one of my favorite Venus signs because, like, they will treat you like a king, a prince, a queen.
They want it reciprocated, but they'll match it. It will not go uneven.
Yeah. Also, like, even if they are insecure, that their ego does. It seems like they are freaking on top of the world, and I love that. Dying. And I've noticed, like, my Leo moon. I mean, maybe with you too. I've noticed they just seem fearless. They seem like just like, I don't know. I don't see, like, they're just always super confident. I have this one Leo moon friend who's, like, she's met, like, celebrities that she's, like, been in love with, obsessed with. She meets them, she's just like, hey, what's up? I'm
so good at playing chill.
And I'm like, how? And because they just are so good at showing, like, that chillness.
Yeah. I think a lot of the braveness, what it feels like is I will do something to get that fire vibe hyped up. So the bravery is so other people come match it in some way. But then it's also like, if no one matches it, that's where the Leo shadow is. You can get really butthurt, like, really easy. Really? And then that's where the drama can happen. Like, I just did something so brave so that everyone could be brave, and then it doesn't land, and then it hurts, like, terribly for the Leo. It feels like you just need to go crawl in a hole forever because of the pride ego game that exists. And then you have to be praised back into health.
Last point for me, best hair in the game.
Real.
My God.
And Leo risings, like, all have, like, a lion mane of just beautiful hair, and there's always just you can see it, you can spot it on the streets.
I don't know where mine came from, but
I have beautiful hair.
Well, because my son's in my 5th house. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah,
all right, thank you.
Maybe a little bit.
I have beautiful hair.
Piecing together, beautiful hair. And Libra vibe, you know.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, Virgo. Virgo.
I think you lead this one.
Virgo. I'm sorry for all of us. We go through a lot. It sucks. It's so neurotic. Like, the best way to understand, like, what your Gemini mind does, like, Virgo, it's just, like, amplified with an inner critic attachment. So, like, ridiculous how much goes on, and Virgo is known for having, like, stomach issues and just dying. So like, just, like, not well.
All have IBS.
Yeah, like. Right, all of us. Yeah, it rules the gut. It rules the gut, and it's fucking, it's, the anxiety level is really hard to deal with, and it's because Virgo is so sensitive and sees so much. Like, every shift of body language, everything is all being noticed, and you can't filtrate what you see and don't see, which means, like, you have to learn to let a lot of what comes in go. You can't filtrate it through, like, a personal lens, but it's really hard not to when you see so much. And the pattern recognizing of Mercury is like, boom, boom, boom. Like, they always drop that shoulder when I say that. That must be, like, hurting. Like, you're just thinking crazy, incessant, linking of patterns all of the time. So Virgo is so loving. Naturally, it's the healer. You can do so much with what you sense, but you have to have good outlet, I feel like, to get it out. Or, you look like it's not okay. Like, Virgo can send themselves into a literal mental spiral and just live in the bathroom.
Live in the bathroom. I feel for Virgos. I'm a Taurus moon, well, like we said before, and I dated a Virgo moon for 3 years, and it was just like constantly inner critic thing is real. It was just like they're young at the early 20s, just like scared about the future, like, oh, I'm not here, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And also, no offense with the Virgo moons or Virgo placements, I feel like in relationships you kind of sometimes want your partner to fill in the blanks for the check marks. Check marks, you gotta be this, you gotta be that. Love's not enough. Virgo Venuses, you guys terrify me.
It is a unique Venus sign.
Oh my gosh. Love language is a little bit different. I'm not a gift giver. I'm not acts of service. I feel like that's a big Virgo Venus thing. Every Virgo Venus I know, they're like, I don't want to cuddle you for hours. I have shit to do, but I'll buy you Panera Bread if you're sick, So that's what I'm kind of used to. But I love a Virgo. They always smell so good. They're clean.
So clean.
Yeah, they're so clean. They shower. I love that our difference. I'm just like, top Virgo. They love to be clean. And I think a little bit of control.
Not a little.
A little.
It's a lot.
Sorry, I'm trying to be nice. I think it's I think when sometimes you guys you date people and you think you can change them.
Oh, huge.
And it kind of makes me a little codependent and rely on you, and it's kind of hard.
But we kind of like that.
Oh, you like that?
I think Virgo's like a secret. It feels good.
We like
because it's control, and you're in charge of the whole situation, which feels way better than being out of control with the situation.
Turns into me being breastfed and forgetting how to function as a human.
Yay! Perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfectionism wound that's the realest thing with Virgo is you have to remember, this has been my biggest insight is I think people somewhat know the stereotype of Pisces being dreamy and delusional. Virgo is across the wheel from that, so they are just as delusional in the opposite way. So Virgo's expectation, if you have any strong Virgo, it's not real. That's not real, and you need to remember it's not real, and that no one needs to follow that script because it's not real.
It's not real.
And it's important to remember that even though we see that if they could just do X, Y, Z, everything would be better, that's also just not our call to make, and there's really, truly no evidence that is a real reality, even though it feels it. So I have to check myself on my Virgo neuroticness, my game plan that I can it just happens, and remember that self-autonomy is a thing. That's okay too. Shadow side.
Yeah, and anxiety, woo, that shit's real. I feel that from a Virgo.
Yeah, I was saying that Virgo risings are always known for having high cheeks, and I think it's because we clench our jaws so much that I don't think it relaxes ever. Maybe that's where the build comes from.
Yeah. Also, stop making so many group chats. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm done. I get a group chat from Virgo risings. Every topic. It could be let's all go to this place, and they make a separate group chat from a different group chat.
That's real. That's
real.
Yeah, I feel that.
Stop it. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Libra babies, you get to give a whole love speech. Also, I don't attract much Libra energy, so you can tell me my shadows there.
Shit. So Libra, I mean, we can charm your pants off. We're naturally flirty. I have been in scenarios where people are like, why were you flirting with the 7-Eleven employee? And I was just like, was just talking. I'm flirting. I don't know. We don't know. We blush a lot. We toss the hair back. We also do this thing, which I feel like an asshole for it, but I am guilty. I will listen to you. I will act like I really care about you. I give you all the attention. And deep down, I don't really care. And it's fucked up.
I think we can feel it.
Yeah. No, that's why I haven't. Stop.
I think Libra thinks they're getting away with the aloofness when I don't know.
Oh
that's
God.
my side check.
Okay, that's not real. But we get crushes left and right. It's just natural. I've had a crush on most of my friends, and I would never, now it's like, you get so over it, you'd never, like, I can sleep with you in the same bed and be like, don't ever touch me. But yeah, no, we're just super flirty. People pleasing is nuts. I want the entire world to like me, even if I don't like you. It's like, how does that work? I need to be likable. I mean, I was homecoming queen in high school. Like, I have to be.
Oh, I did not know.
Oh, yeah. I have to be the most liked person in the room, and that's like it's like how Virgo's like control and like that. My anxiety is just being like, if I'm not likable, I'm gonna absolutely lose my mind. So
I feel.
yeah. Okay, that's my.
And you guys
thing.
are very, very vibey.
We're vibey.
Yeah, I feel like my sister's a Libra rising. There's always such a good aesthetic and style and a noticing of aesthetic and beauty and all of the things. Like, I do appreciate that about Libra. Like, not only do they like usually have like just good aesthetics that can weave into either style or house, but like we'll also notice the beauty as they're moving through life, and we'll pause for it, and I like that. It's a compliment to also Taurus with the Venus ruled, and I love that side. Yeah. I really struggle with the people pleasing. This is partially probably autism, but like, I'm like, they are not saying what they mean. Like, I can feel it, like, some of the time.
Oh, no.
You can tell when it's, I know I'm sorry to crush. I have a Libra rising cousin and sister.
Yeah.
And I think, you guys will play off, like, yeah, you are just so accommodating. It's so good. But the preference, like, it's an undertone energy that then I can't get to the root of what the need is behind the undertone, because it keeps being met with more pleasing. And then I'm like, help,
okay, so I'm never going to talk to you again.
But when, I feel like in the swing, it's so, I feel like the people pleasing and the listening really leads to, like, you see yourself in a really beautiful way. And I do think Libra notices and sees really well. Yeah. And I appreciate the listening side. I also like the balance side of, like, when someone's gotten some attention, I think Libra's really good at, like, noticing, like, what needs to be done to make things feel more balanced. And I appreciate that. For my Gemini, like, all over the place, Libra will fill in that gap nicely.
Slay.
Yeah.
That's so great. And I do care about people. I just wanted to say that. Yeah. Oh, and one last thing I want to say. Libra moons, I love. I feel like they never judge. I feel like when they meet people, they're always friends with outcasts. They're always friends with people. They like don't. If you tell them about somebody or something like that, they wanna. They're like, I'm not gonna judge them because you told me. I'm gonna get to know them myself. And I respect that.
Beautiful.
So
yeah. I thought of one other side thing with that. Like, I think Libra, I hear your preference with the questions you ask. Okay. That's where I want to leave. I feel like it seems unprefaced, and then I'm like, okay, the question might have I have to weave it through questions. Okay.
You overanalyze us.
Maybe.
Now I'm terrified. Thank you. It's so good.
I can't turn the analyzing off. Okay, Virgo.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry.
Okay, stay away from Virgo placements. Thank you. It's so good. Okay.
Scorpio.
Oh, hey. I have a stellium.
Yeah.
Which is shocking from my voice right now. You wouldn't expect that. But.
I know. I like that about Rachel's chart is that there's all this fun, playful, and then the Scorpio depth is happening. Yeah. All there. But you played that side good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you that since your Libra felt exposed.
True. Yeah, I do have a little dark side to me. I have a little Batman side to me. But yeah, no, it's intense and it's passionate. As somebody who is air on the surface, scares me. Because I am people pleasing. I'm fun. And I realize I attract fun, fire, air signs. And once they're kind of like, oh, she's fun, this is going to be great. And once they realize that I am like intense, passionate, I want to hold hands. I want to like get really in depth and tell you how I feel like it makes people a little like, I was not ready for that. So it gets me in trouble. And as my people pleasing, I kind of just like deal with it because I want them to like me so much, but I really want that intense, passionate connection. And I get jealous and I hate it. And when I get jealous, I tell people I tell them straight up, I don't know, I hate that I'm jealous. I hate it so much, but I am. And I don't want to be. I want to be fun. I want to be a good time. I want to be the free spirit, and I'm not. And it pisses me off.
The self-awareness for me, though.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so mad that you went to the grocery store with your mom. Like, I don't know why. That's stupid. Which I've never been jealous because of that, but that's just like what came into my head. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You can go to the grocery store with your mom.
Yeah.
You're dating Rachel.
Are you getting? Yeah. Don't go to the grocery store. But yeah, I use humor, if you can't tell, to cope. So it's been intense. So, yeah.
I love Scorpio energy so much. It's like not super, like my chart, I've had to think a lot of why I like love and go into so much Scorpio energy. I definitely have like strong 8th house, which is Scorpio. I think I love the soul merging quality that Scorpio will give you. And I also, Scorpio is so funny. So what I've noticed is Scorpio won't want to admit what their preference is. So a lot of it is like, it's said in like a sneaky way. Like, do you want this moved over maybe to the left? Instead of saying, can you move that over the left? Do you maybe want that moved over? Like, it like won't show. Then you can run either direction with it. Like, you know, I feel like Scorpio doesn't want you to ever like peg them as something. So they'll keep jumping to like have just an open way that they can show either a liking or disliking based on what you've given them. But I like to expose everything. And I'm very open book and love depth. And so I will keep it rolling with the Scorpio. And I do think like, I think that that's where we go. We go down the rabbit hole and go so deep, and I won't stop, and Scorpio won't stop because they don't want to admit they want to quit anything. So then we end up, we're like literally have covered a million subjects. We've gone so freaking deep. We've accidentally soul merged, and that's how it goes.
You accidentally soul merged?
All the time. Yeah, it happens quick because then you don't need to know so much about every single thing. But Scorpio will keep rabbit holing with me. I feel like that's a real thing.
Yeah. And I think they're one of the hardest signs to read. Because they have so much emotion. Scorpio moons especially. And they don't really show you that unless they can be
so safe. And you've exposed it first. Like, you have to lay your soul out, which I love doing, for Scorpio to give you even half of what you've given. Because it's a protection because it's so deep. It's water. Like, everyone thinks Scorpio is always fire. That's a protection layer for the depths of the soul that actually is happening underneath. Yeah,
because I know a lot of people say if you could switch fire and water, it'd be Aries water, Scorpio fire. But no, I can see that.
It's real. And I think Scorpio energy, like the biggest thing, the lesson to learn is like vulnerability is like you can change a lot of your reality by what you reveal. And like just because that other person didn't reveal it first, you also participate in the lack of depth if you don't give any back.
Also, another point, they hear and see everything.
Absolutely.
So if you fuck with them, they will be ruthless.
My Virgo notices, and then Scorpios give me an eye like, you didn't just see that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to see it. I know you're doing your thing. I won't fuck up your thing. I won't talk about it, but I can't help it see too. And I'm sorry. You just got caught accidentally. I'm sorry. So I try to play really coy, because I don't want to ruin the Scorpios thing. I get it. I'm sorry. My Virgo interrupts on accident. Love you, Scorpio. Keep doing your thing. And we are on to Sagittarius.
Hot. I love them. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, start us
off.
Oh
my God. I'm a Gemini rising, so like Sag is in my 7th house. They're my little sister rising. I don't know what that's opposition, whatever.
Sister sign.
Love them. I don't care where it is. Moon, sun, rising is, I think Sag risings are like my favorite people alive. The free spirit energy, sorry, that's my knee. I'm not farting. The free spirit energy of Sag, the impulsiveness. I don't know. I just like, I'll meet a Sag and they're like, I'm going to go on a road trip. I have $15 to my name. They find like a 20 in their pocket. They always find parking.
They're so lucky.
They're so lucky.
They're ruled by Jupiter, the planet of luck.
Insane.
And you watch, just, you think something's going to go so wrong, and then something like falls from the sky, and they're like, of course. Like, a staircase. And you're like, what?
Oh, it makes me so angry. But I love them. But again, I fall for Sag placements so hardcore. But they are somebody who would just, like, drop me off at a 7-Eleven I never see ever again. And the chaoticness, they make my mommy issues worse, but I love it, and I think that's something I'm working through in therapy. You guys are so funny. Oh my God, the banter, the child, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I'm so in love that I can't. What's that called? Your inner child. Yes. It's just so fun. You're a little chaotic and a lot, and it never lasts long. But I'm here for it, We're not on this earth too much longer, so
that's definitely their motto.
That's
like, go as hard as you can on it. Yeah, Sagittarius energy is like the friend you call and you're like, hey, what's up? And they're like, yeah, so weirdly, I'm like in Australia. I'm a nanny to like 4, and you're like, wait, what? Like last week you lived in blah blah blah. It's like insane what their life experiences end up becoming. Like there's so much it's such a journey. I think Sagittarius, there's an inner wisdom because of all that lucky. Like, they have a very, spiritual tie, I feel like, behind a lot of things. Like, because, weird things work out. So you guys, know the synchronicities of life, which is, cool because it lets you be ballsy in a way that I think a lot of people are scared of, which I very much appreciate that Sag energy. I love the honesty that can come out of it's blunt, it's real, it's gonna get to the point a lot more. Sag's shadow is basically what Rachel was saying, running away. And not actually, there's just such little groundedness that you have to really check yourself. You got strong Sagittarius that you need some plugins, and you need to think of the people around you and with your expansive side, I think too, because it can be a little dismissive. And communicating that stuff, opposite of Gemini, communication and learning how to actually state what's happening instead of just going with the first thought and running. Right. It's probably a little good to do. Yeah.
Moving to Iceland, don't do that. Sit with your emotions.
Or tell us.
Yeah, tell us you're going. Yeah.
I mean, we should have to call and find out you're in a different country if you have, with your closest people, maybe just a slight delivery of something is nice for us, other people. And I think Sagittarius love so much, but pay attention to how far you're taking things just for the others sometimes. Be nice.
Absolutely. You guys are a lot of fun. We love you.
Capricorn.
You can take that one away.
Okay,
please.
I dated a Capricorn guy, and it was
boring.
Terrible. So boring. Okay. I literally was so I'm just checking at this point in my life. I was checking my impulsivity problems and how chaotic I had been out on the streets, and I was I think maybe this is the actual normal, and I just need to learn that I've maybe taken things too far on the Attic-y side. And Capricorn, this is how I'm supposed to be. It was really boring for my Gemini. I kept trying to get another layer, but I've definitely had a healthier relationship with Capricorn energy. Kat is a Capricorn moon. Podcast shout out. Nice. But I think Capricorn can be so freaking funny. I think the hard part is the expectations, just like with the Virgo moon you were saying, the earthy expectations can be sometimes so checklist that Capricorn, you guys have such a vision of what needs to be done for you to be achieving, but you can learn so much. You can be achieving while you're doing something very chaotic because you're learning more about yourself. It's not out of the box growth thinking. It's kind of more subjective checklist to the material world at times. And then you guys are so mean to yourselves when you're not achieving that checklist. And I'm fuck the checklist, and I want to eat it.
You want to eat the checklist.
I do every time, and it's really hard not to. And I'm like, I'm trying to ride the like. I know you guys feel like that's where you need to go, but there's so many my endless perspectives of my Gemini struggles with that, like true acceptance of the efficient side. And Capricorn, if they seem really like efficient, underneath that is a crumbling, very nervous person. Like I think Capricorn is so much more chaotic under, but can like stifle themselves so deeply. That's my take.
That's a great take. I agree with you. I don't surround myself with really any Capricorns. If I meet a Capricorn who's fun, they tend to, I literally met one recently and I was like, what is your chart? Sagittarius stellium. Yeah,
it has
makes sense.
Yeah.
But no, Capricorns, Capricorn Mars is jealous. Would love that.
Make the world go round, probably.
I would be famous by now if I was a Capricorn Mars. Like, there's no way. I have my family. I have a lot of Capricorn Moon family. You don't see their emotions. They could literally get break a leg, and I'm like, you're just like not even crying. It's insane.
You guys don't have to say that strong.
Yeah,
we can take it.
Yeah, I'm crying for you.
Right.
And I noticed they show love in a different way. Like, my sister isn't like, hey, I love you. She'll send me money. And
it's daddy. It's daddy.
Yeah. And just tell me I'm like the most successful sibling. Like, that's the way of showing love. But they're like worker bees. Like, I don't know a Capricorn Moon who doesn't have a callus. You know what I mean? But yeah, you guys are, I think, funny. I can't really bond with you much. I don't know. It's just like, it's like that dad who watches the sports game standing up holding a beer. Like, I can't have a conversation with you. And I'm sorry. And I'm I mean, I wish I was, as hardworking as you guys. And I mean, I care about money just as much as you do. But yeah, you guys kick ass and you're little Teslas, but I just can't have fun with you. I'm sorry.
I have a side theory that if the world was a little less structured, maybe Capricorn would not. I think they're just taking the world as they see it and really wanting to achieve within the structure. And I'm like, fuck the structure. I will remake the structure so it works for me better. And I think if the world was maybe a little less neurotic and absolutely absurd, you guys have to remember, we can rewrite this a little bit. I'm going to sign out my chart.
Also, side note, Capricorn risings, you guys are the most terrifying people on the planet. I've never met a Capricorn rising I didn't think wanted to punch me, but they're actually cool.
Yeah, they're in their head thinking of how behind they are in life the whole time, which is sad, I feel like. But, one Cap rising friend, love you. I know you're dying in there. I feel it. I'm sorry.
And as a Gemini rising, I'm just thinking of stupid
There's
stuff.
so many perspectives. I think, I don't know. I just see options for you guys. Just venture out. If you need a little chaos, hit us up. We can bring it to you. Aquarius.
Woo!
We were getting there. You got Aquarius.
I love
you got
Aquarius. Aquarius is one of my favorite placements. My dad, my sister, my stepmom, my aunt are Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius midheaven, so I look like I could be an alien. Just weirdos. They're I've been told that people have been no, Aquariuses are super social. They don't shut up. I personally have not met that, and if anyone wants to, my ad is at Noise Ray. You can DM me, because I don't believe it. I haven't seen it. I don't know, the Aquariuses I know, they're just my dad's always just people don't understand me. I don't have too many friends because people don't get me, and they listen to Morrissey and vinyls. They smoke cigarettes, American spirits. The conversations are super fun. I love it. I'm a weirdo, so we can talk about
they say the weirdest.
They say the weirdest shit. I was one time we were just sitting, we were talking about taxes, nothing insane. This person's like, hey, do you think if aliens came to our planet and saw that we were wearing clothes, do you think that they would feel naked? And it's what?
And then I answer.
And then I answer it, and I love it. But it's just I don't know. Were you listening to? They're not listening to the conversation. They astro project more than any. I can see my dad listening to me, and I can see him looking. He's
in another dimension.
He's gone. I have to snap. And I think another thing is Aquarius Venuses, which scare me. Y'all's love the fun game of the chase and the attract, but once you got somebody, you run away. And also, last thing, answer your fucking text messages. Yeah. Aquarius always have like 300 unread. Yeah. And they're like, they're group chats. I'm like, there's no way you have 300 group chats.
I think they're trying to rock it as a vibe. But like, there's humans. There's people behind those texts, you know? Yeah.
It was awful. Right?
Kat is an Aquarius, and Aquarius Mercury. The Aquarius and Gemini, like, conversation is so freaking funny. I love the absurdity of it. Also, to Kat's sake, like, we'll just be in a group, and Kat says the funniest thing that the whole room missed, and I just think it's hilarious. It's these, like, one-liners, as you said, of, like, I love that. Like, where did that come from? But so good. Aquarius definitely is geared to be more introverted, but the group component and the friendship component is because Aquarius is really good at, like, networking. There's, like, a really good, like, sense of, like, bringing concepts together because of that air sign, and, like, know how to, like, spot the people. But I think what's funny is Aquarius wants to be unique and different. So if they get more attention for being more introverted, they will rock it as a vibe. If they get more attention for being, like, the weirdo of the group, then they can step into that extroverted side more. If you let them be off to the side, if you over-integrate the Aquarius, they're gonna run. They want to be outskirts, no one gets me, and if too many people are trying to, like, get them, they'd rather introvert. But if they can be the weirdo of the crew and kind of rule with that, like, unique take and vibiness, and you don't try to, like, mess with that side, which the fellow air signs will not, I feel like it works really well. But you have to remember, Aquarius, everyone thinks it's water. It's air. Yeah, it's weird to put aqua in it. I get it. I don't know who did that. Can't answer for that. But that's where I think they're an air sign. So they are kind of up in the clouds, and the weirder you think they are, the better. So they'll get weirder if you try to, like, lump them into something. Because it's opposite to Leo. Don't forget, there is a little ego game in there.
A little bit.
And they want to shine, but they want to shine by being weird. In a subtle way. Like, don't point it out. But, like, also see me and how weird I am being.
I honestly think they're more attention-seeking than Leos. In my personal opinion.
I see it. I really do.
Like, okay.
But then if you point it out, it's absolutely not. But, like, you guys hate not being noticed and how weird you're being.
But your hair color is pink and you have a bunch of trolls on your front lawn. Like, you're gonna know you live there. Like, obviously.
Right.
And Aquarius moons, last thing, y'alls are terrifying.
They watch you. They're watchers. They have the eyes.
Romantically, though, could never. Could never be me.
It's tough. It's tough to get in there. My sister's an Aquarius moon. You guys really watch on the side, and then if you point out that they are watching what your Scorpio wants to, it's not gonna go good. They want to be stealth mode. Like,
right.
Sure.
But they will single-handedly save the environment.
Real. The humanitarian. Thank you for what you do. Love you, Kat. Fellow Aquarius. And our last and final, Pisces.
You can take the
Okay. Pisces, my friends, you guys are the most beautiful. It makes me so sad because I want to protect all the Pisces of the world. The world just is not giving you guys what you need to be safe, and it makes me sad because Pisces is just, like, so unboundaried. So you guys can merge with, like, literally anything. Animal focus for sure. Like, love to just merge with music, the earth, the animals, people, but you guys have no boundaries. So you don't know where you start and other people begin. And it seems dangerous for you guys to just be out there in the world. That part gets me, but your sensitivity is beautiful. I think you guys can guide the world in being so much better.
Yeah.
But you guys usually have to go through it because I feel like a lot of people take advantage when there is like no easy boundaries to set. But I love speaking of like the inner child energy, Pisces takes me right to inner child because they can be so dreamy and imaginative, and like they will definitely like picture an invisible world with you. So if you go like, so you say that there was this, like, I mean, they will ride an invisible world with you as long as you'll take it. And I love that. It's so sweet. Don't lose it. As far as no boundaries go, like, just remember that you don't have to be like hurting and suffering all the time. And if you are a Pisces and it feels like really bad inside of you, you might want to change what's outside of you a little bit. And I don't know if that's always noticed. I'm a little delusional. You guys also can lie and not even know you're lying. Gotta watch that. It's a shadow of Pisces. It can get, you guys believe it, I think, sometimes. It's just coming out of nowhere. And you guys are channels and sometimes drop wisdom, like probably from like a spirit guide, and then you have no idea what you just said. And I've noticed that a lot. It's crazy. It's crazy. They'll say something, and then if you like try to bring it back, they have no idea what they just said. Crazy. I was like, yeah, you just like probably that boundaryless, like a little spirit guide message thing.
Wow.
That's my take. Yeah.
So mine's not at all. I just don't vibe with water signs. Yeah. Besides Scorpio, Pisces. I'm sorry, y'all's got to speak up. I can't hear you. I can't hear you talk louder. I'm sorry. You guys are a little introverted for me. Can't date you, but like respect. Why do you want to? You know, I don't care. I just Pisces moon. I don't think my brother will listen to this, but I'm gonna smash him real quick. He's a Pisces moon. The freaking pouting. I'm sorry. My brother is. He's okay, but he's just like, I don't know. It's just like the fear of missing out is so massive. I think it's just the overthinking. Again, I think they have such preconceived notions of how people are, what people are thinking. It's so hard for them to like rechange that dreaminess. So I always have to be like, yo, like, we went to Arby's without you because you were at work. And he's like, no, it's because you hate me. And it's just like, oh my God.
It's strong sensitivity.
Yeah. And I don't think like that. So it grinds my gears. And I think Pisces is beautiful when it comes to like relationships. The creativity's off the charts.
Creativity's
off the charts. Yeah. Your guys usually have great handwriting. I don't. You guys can draw. Y'all are meant to be directors. Just create. I mean, that's what I wish I had with Pisces. But yeah, it's just too quiet. Cute energy. It's like a hee-hee girl a little bit, but
what's happening under the surface, I'm sure, is way deeper. But yeah, you guys you look a little lost. It's hard for the Mercurials.
Yeah.
We are trying to like follow where it's coming from.
Yeah. Sorry for wrecking you a little bit, but it's just honest opinions. But yeah, you guys are cute, and also I think I've noticed many Pisces give really great presents. Very thoughtful,
so thoughtful,
handmade. That's the one. That's the good thing.
You guys are so good at extending so much love. It's like very, very sweet. Yeah, to wrap that up, like what are the thought processes? Thank you for all your hot takes too.
Of course. Last one was hot. Sorry.
Yeah. I think like as we were talking about this a little before the podcast, that like fire and air tend to fall into kind of more like masculine, action oriented, moving forward, energy, and then the earth and water fall into kind of more of a feminine, which is like to me the energy of just like cyclical and flowing and like merging with what's around. But what I've noticed is like earth and water are so much more likely to feel something and then have a thought about it later, when strong air and fire like to think and then will later be like, oh, there was a feeling, I think, with all of those thoughts of now that I'm like sitting back and like thinking of it.
Yeah.
And then, I notice I always say I think so much more than I feel. I thought that was just like a funny take for me. Like,
same.
yeah. So it's good just to look at your balance in your chart. And also just like a side astrology note, we all have a little bit of all of the signs. It's just definitely so much stronger. Some things are just going to be so much stronger in your chart. I think all of us together, we obviously make the world go round. We need each other's balance. We all need like integration and lessons from every sign, and it's beautiful to see like what you've attracted, what lessons, and then you'll go into a new chapter of life and all of a sudden a whole other zodiac sign like comes to the rescue. Have you noticed that? Like you won't have any in your life, and all of a sudden it'll be like, okay, we've all come to help you learn this. It's like the universe will do that to you. It's real.
I feel like a Cancer and a Pisces is gonna pop out of nowhere next time, but I kind of don't want it, so
too bad.
Yeah, right. Saturn returns.
Take it. Rachel is officially in Saturn return mode. We talked about that on the podcast. It's it's a crazy thing that happens to you between like 28 to like 30-ish, 31. And there's a whole lot of transformation that goes with that.
Sure is.
Living it. And I think what's beautiful, final takeaway, love all the elements of the signs, and just remembering that like it's there's all this cool energy guiding us. There's so much interwovenness between all of us. We all have things that scare us. We all have things we're good at. And just having like the awareness of astrology, I think can always give you a perspective to understand where people are coming from, not take things so personal, and like really take some of the lessons within all of it at the same time, even though some energies can be harder to work with than others.
Absolutely. That was a
takeaway.
Great takeaway.
Thanks.
Mine is just give Geminis a better rep. That's
Thank
all.
you. Thank you.
That's all it is.
Thanks. Help us out, guys. We get like smashed on social media. How can our listeners support you? Tell what you do.
Am I plugging?
Plug it.
You can follow me at No Way It's Ray. That's my TikTok all together. There's no any things in between. I make little TikTok sketch comedy videos of Zodiac. A lot of fun.
You can purchase a big 3 skit.
Yes.
From Rachel.
I do big 3/big 6 skits where you just send me your big 3/big 6 on Venmo or PayPal, and I basically just kind of roast you, not really, kind of, on how I think you are. I embody you and how I think you behave, and apparently I do pretty well. So
you kill it.
Thank you. So check me out. And Pisces and Cancers, you guys can DM me, and I'll apologize. So thank you.
It might be people please.
It might be. It's my Libra. Sorry.
Thank you guys for listening to another episode, and we will see you next time. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.